Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Okay, why don't we move ahead? We'll talk about that very series. We'll talk about the Wolves playing against the Warriors. Let's start with the Warriors side of the ball. What do the Warriors need to do you think, to win this series?
Probably repeat the formula from tonight, which was, like I said earlier, getting like Adams and Şengün like out of the paint, and it's like you're gonna have to try to take the Rudy out of it and get him out to the perimeter, and so they're probably gonna just play that small ball lineup because Draymond can guard Rudy. I mean, I know he's 7'2", but like that's not a problem for Draymond. It historically never has been. So they're probably just going to continue with that formula, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I think like you mentioned the Wolves being sort of like low IQ, right, or whatever. Um,
Mhm.
the Warriors just got to execute. They got to be the smarter team. They have to be willing to they have to survive their small ball because that's when they're at their best.
Hmm.
And I think that's gonna be a little bit of a challenge for him because Rudy and Nas Reed, if they and Randall's pretty big. He's big too. I think he's 6'9", right? 6'8". So
On
it's
the
just,
scale of 6'7" to 6'9".
yeah, somewhere in there. Yeah, you never know anymore.
Yeah.
But so they're just a big team. So can they survive the small lineup like they did tonight, where they have Draymond as your big, and then Jimmy Butler's basically your power forward, and then you got Buddy Hield, and Steph Curry. That's probably your best lineup. But is that going to be like the
Yeah.
Wolves can go down and they could take Rudy out and still have Nas Reed and Randall
Yeah.
and Daniels, right? So you can
Yeah.
have those three guys,
Right.
and they're still bigger than your small lineup. So they got to be able to survive and defend that well, because I don't think Draymond Green is going to be able to protect the rim if
Hmm.
Rudy's not out there as well as he normally could protect the
True.
rim.
Yeah.
What about the Wolves? What do they need to do to win this game? I mean, this series, sorry.
I mean, boy, that's tough. Probably attack the Warriors' weak spots on defense, maybe. Attack Steph, try to wear him out, try to get I mean, they're gonna have to play high minutes, so probably push the pace, which the Warriors are actually they do play faster than maybe you would think, but I mean they're a little deeper. I think the Wolves rotation is a little deeper, so maybe fresh legs and try to grind down the legs of the Warriors maybe.
Yeah, yeah, and I think so. Last series, I said if they could go small with Nas, they and be effective, they could win that series. They
Hmm.
they did at times, but Rudy ended up being very valuable in that series. I think this is the series maybe where you'll probably have Nas be more of a factor.
Yeah, because he
Be,
was kind of he didn't play. I mean, he was more like the 18 minutes ish.
Yeah, and he had that one really good game, and then it's just like he showed up here and there. It wasn't like
Yeah,
he was, but like if you can play five, like legitimately five out, and have Draymond having to guard Nas or whoever, because everybody on the court can shoot,
yeah.
it's going to be harder for the Warriors to play good defense, and I think this is where the Wolves can and Randall obviously has to play at the same level he is right now, but like this is where the Wolves can take advantage of their small ball lineup being bigger than the Warriors' small ball lineup.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. I would also say, like we talked about with the shooting, like Anthony Edwards, like if I know he's a really good shooter, but like if it's not falling, just attack.
Yeah.
Just take him off the dribble and just attack and don't fall into the trap of just, I know you got to shoot yourself into rhythm sometimes, but like the possessions are too valuable to shoot like 2 out of 10 from 3-pointer. So if it's not falling, just get to the rim.
Yeah, totally agree with you. Okay.
Same thing with Dante. I mean, Dante obviously is not the driver that Edwards is, but the same thing. He can get to the rack too.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think too, like whoever Steph's on, you're going to keep attacking them and putting him in pick and rolls and pick, so that they force to switch on him, which I
Mhm.
think then you can attack Steph.
Maybe if your aunt baits Draymond into technical fouls and well, he and Rudy have a history too, but Draymond's been especially out of control. So like, he does get a large leash, but
Yes.
they decided to stop calling technical fouls on him and turn them into flagrant fouls. So
Yeah. Instead,
either
right?
way, try to get him out of the game by making him do something stupid.
Yeah. No, that could work. It's a strategy for sure, for sure. Okay, X Factor. Who's the X Factor in this series that you're gonna kind of keep an eye on?
How about let's say just because he was in and out of the lineup and Kerr keeps like talking about him, like maybe we're gonna use him, maybe we're not. Maybe Kaminga
Mhm.
just as kind of a bigger guy.
Yep. That's a good one. Yeah, I like that one. I was going to say for the Warriors especially, it's kind of Kerr is sort of a little bit of X factor. Who's
Mm-hmm.
he going to let in his rotation? How's he going to rotate? If the small ball isn't working, is he willing to get that post or like you said, Kaminga out there? Looney, how much is he going to play?
Yeah.
I think sort of the rotation for the Warriors is going to be a X factor if they can figure something out that
Mm-hmm.
will work. Um,
Even I mean, I'm probably they didn't use him like at all. Maybe I'm higher on him than other people. Like I think Trace Jackson Davis is a pretty fine player, and
okay.
they don't really use him at all. But
They might have to
you
though
know,
with Rudy
yeah,
and yeah,
yeah,
um, yeah. For the Wolves, I would say Reed. I think this is his series.
yeah.
Other than the obvious Randall and Edwards, but I think Reed could be a big X
Mhm.
factor for the Wolves.
Yeah.
Who do you have winning how many games?
Let's go. Let's go bold because I think Edwards is the man. I
Hmm.
mean, it's hard to say because like Steph always like comes through in the end. Like that's the big showdown is like who's gonna deliver in the clutch,
Hmm.
Steph or Edwards. But I think Edwards is ascending, and I'm gonna say this is gonna be stupid, but I'm gonna say Wolves in 7.
Wolves and seven, nice.
Let's be bold.
Well, the thing is I think like so they now will be playing basically every other night, right? That's the way the
Mhm.
second round works, right? So I think that's an advantage Wolves because they're deeper and they're younger. Their star players are younger. So I think that's advantage Wolves. So I don't think you're totally out of the realm of possibility, and that's why I'm also going to go with the Timberwolves, and I'm going to say seven as well.
Okay, cool. I just think okay, like one going back to the Lakers Wolves series. I mean, I might be going big brain on this, but I thought it was kind of like a changing of the guard sort of thing. At the end of that game, when they changed they did the review. Excuse me, the out of bounds one that they reviewed, and then they
Oh,
changed it to a foul on LeBron,
yeah.
and it was like, I mean, I know they're not like getting directions from the league or anything like that, but that was just kind of a sign like they called a foul on LeBron in a key moment against the Timberwolves
Right.
of all franchises. And to me, that was just kind of like a changing of the guard. Like LeBron is on the way out, Anthony Edwards is on the way in. Anthony Edwards is getting star calls over LeBron. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, agreed. And when you look at the war, and I want to give credit to the Warriors being the Rockets, that was an accomplishment. I'm not saying they don't have a shot. I think
Yeah,
saying seven
for sure.
games, they definitely have a shot, right? I'm not saying that. And Jimmy Butler, by the way, playoff Jimmy, he shows up. Okay, we get
Yeah,
it. Like Steph is Steph, Draymond's going to be a great.
yeah,
But the one thing is the advantage they had definitely over the Rockets was late game execution. They were
yeah.
just better at it.
Right.
And they could be a little better than the Wolves, but the Wolves
Yes.
have guys like Edwards, for instance,
Yeah.
who's able to create and get shots and
And
close
not
out
even
games.
remotely afraid of any moment.
Correct, exactly, exactly. So you survive Shangoon, you know, Edwards is a different
Uh-huh.
beast in
Yeah.
late game situations. That's all I'm saying.
I will say to your point about playoff Jimmy, like he had a very good series, but he never really needed to like go off. He
Right.
just kind of had like a consistently good series, but he never was forced to like elevate. And so like that's coming. I would
Yeah.
assume at some point that's going to happen.
Sure. Yeah, no. And he'll probably have Randall on him, so it's not like Amin Thompson or Jabari Smith or Eason who are just like long athletic defenders. Like Randall's fine, but it's maybe he'll have Daniels on him, who knows, or McDaniels. So anywho. Okay, let's move on. Just real quick, Clint, because Clint's been picking throughout the entire playoffs. He has Minnesota in 6, so we all have Minnesota, which is interesting. Okay. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.